Welcome back. The South Dakota football team takes another road trip this week to Huntsville, Texas to face the nation's #1 offense in Sam Houston State. The Bearcats feature senior quarterback Jeremiah Briscoe, who was the 2016 Walter Payton Award winner. He's rolled up 3,893 yards passing with 37 touchdowns, and Sam Houston State has reached the quarterfinals in each of the last 3 seasons. The Coyotes will try to stop that streak. And with the second-ranked offense in the FCS, Chris Strebler accounting for that. He's accounted for 37 touchdowns this year to lead the way. South Dakota beat Nicholls State last week 38-31 in its first FCS playoff appearance, and the Coyotes forced 4 turnovers, including a fumble at the goal line in the final seconds that secured the win. Coach Nielson is optimistic with this week's game plan.
Well, it's great to still be playing. As I told our guys Sunday in the meeting, and we were 1 of 24, now we're 1 of 16, and that are still practicing this week, still have an opportunity to play, still have an opportunity to win, and it's going to be a great challenge down to Sam Houston, but one that our guys are very excited about. Well, I think their balance, they've got an experienced quarterback who was player of the year in FCS football last year. Their perimeter players, very talented. You got to keep them in front of you and see if you can, force them into some off-schedule situations. Usually in games like this, it's defense that decides it. But it is going to be a game where every possession is going to be important. Every defensive stop, every offensive possession, we've got to make sure that they count. And first and foremost, we've got to stop the run. We gave up too many big plays in the running game and too many big plays on third down last week.
Kickoff is tomorrow at 2 p.m. You can listen on the Coyote Sports Network or watch online on ESPN3. Well, the SDSU playoff run starts this week. Last week they earned a bye, and Saturday, tomorrow, they get to host Northern Iowa. The last meeting between these teams was a 38-18 loss for the Jacks on Hobo Day. That's the last time this South Dakota State team tasted defeat. In that game, the Panthers took a 17-0 lead early in that one and stayed in control the rest of the way. Northern Iowa notched a 46-7 win in their opening round game last week over Monmouth. And Coach Bob Stiegelmeier for the Jacks knows they'll have to be ready in order to get revenge against Northern Iowa.
Well, in the playoff, it's one and done, really. You got it's. We talk about being 1-0. If you're not 1-0, you put your pads away. And so we better take the field as a football team, whether it's special teams, whether it's a PAT. We better take the field and know this play is going to impact the game. Coach Farley does a great job of taking a team, and maybe they struggled to start. They've done that a number of years, and getting them ready to play their best football. And you can do that in the Missouri Valley, because if you finish strong in the Missouri Valley, you're going to make the playoffs. If you're playing great football, you got a chance to make a run. Eli Dunn is a very good quarterback, and they get lost sometimes because there's so many really good quarterbacks in the Missouri Valley, but he runs the show. He runs the RPO stuff to perfection. He's got some really good receivers, really good tight ends. Not as much a running threat, but he doesn't need to be, because they use the Wildcat to do that. We've studied them. We've game planned against them. We watched the film. We watched all the film before we played them. We watched the film after we played them. You tweak some things, but bottom line, football is 11 guys doing their job, and the 11 that do the job the best have success.
Junior quarterback Taron Christian is poised to put his name in the Jackrabbit record book this week. He enters Saturday's game tied for the SDSU career lead in touchdown passes with 65. Christian has thrown at least 1 touchdown pass in 10 of 11 games this season. The Jacks are set for kickoff at 2 p.m. at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. You can catch it on ESPN3, and of course we'll have a recap of that action, complete with analysis and all of that on Midco Sports Tonight next Monday. Coming up after the break, we take it to the basketball court and preview the South Dakota State men's and women's matchups for the weekend and talk about their season so far. Stay tuned.